Today I'm going to be giving you some sisterly advice while eating some raspberry chocolate and having my matcha, because we're sisters and that's what sisters do. We eat chocolate and drink lattes together. So, let's get into it. I'm laughing only because I'm not a sister to anyone, but I feel like I have so much sisterly advice that I really should have been a sister. I was born wrong. I should have been a sister. Let me fix this. Now we're cozy. Look how cozy we are. Got my sweater on, sweatpants, matcha, raspberry chocolate. This is what I'm eating. I just spilt it everywhere. It's okay. I'm in a hotel. Hi, my name is Soma Chhaya. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, here I post everything to do with mindset, manifestation, advice, and a little bit of magic. So if that's something you're into, make sure you subscribe. If you're returning to my channel, I'm so excited to have you back. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. It's going to be just like random tidbits of advice that I want to share that I wish someone shared with me when I was growing up, or even just like ever in life. It's very helpful. And I've done a lot of like inner healing and a lot of work to figure these things out. And I've read so many self-help books, so many manifestation books to try to figure out how to live life better and how to be a better version of myself. So this is everything I've kind of learned. I am an only child, but I always wished that wasn't the case. I always wanted a sibling, even an older sibling, to share with me their wisdom, or if not, I wish I had a younger sibling to share this wisdom too, so they didn't have to go through the same thing I did. I was bullied a lot growing up. I struggled with being super lonely, and it was hard for me to make friends. This is so good. And so, hopefully this will help one of you guys, and I can be your internet sister. Okay, so the first thing that I wish someone told me was saying no is not rude. In fact, learning to say no clearly and without hesitation is a crucial life skill. Especially as a woman, it can be tougher to say no because we're almost psychologically trained to say yes, and that we're rude if we don't say no, if we do say no. But learning to say no gave me so much more power, autonomy over my time and my energy, and honestly, it feels good to say no because you're choosing your own priorities in life. And yes, people will be offended by you saying no, but that is not your problem. That is their problem. It's something that needs to be practiced. It's not going to be easy the first time around. First 10 times around. I still sometimes have trouble with it because I like to be nice, but being nice is not good. It's not important to be a nice person. Being nice means you are complacent. You are doing things because you are worried about other people's opinions of you. You want them to think good of you. But that doesn't make you a good person. Being nice doesn't make you a good person. Being kind makes you a good person. But kindness goes both ways. You have to also be kind to other people, but you have to be kind to yourself too. That's why I don't like the term, I want to be a nice person. I don't think being a nice person is something we should strive for at all. I think being a kind person is something we should strive for because that is so much more balanced. A nice person will put someone else's feelings ahead of theirs, even if it's to their own detriment. A kind person will make sure they don't hurt the other person, but they don't also hurt themselves in the process. A kind person knows how to say no. A nice person won't say no. And so that's a really big difference between the two. I think saying no is so important to like who you spend your time with. Saying no to friends that you don't want to hang out with because they're not properly either affecting your energy, they don't make you feel better, they're not improving your life in some way, you're not growing when you're with them. And also learning to say no to people you love. That one was a tough lesson for me to learn. Setting boundaries with people you love is so hard because you love them. It's like saying no to a stranger, you're kind of like, okay, they're not going to be very affected by me saying yes or no, but saying no to someone you love is tough, but it's also very important because more often than not, it's our loved ones that can actually prevent us from growing because they think they're doing the right thing for us. But most often, they're actually holding us back from growing into a better version of ourselves because they want us to stay where they are. So I'll give you an example. Like, I wanted to start making content full time. I wanted to be a social media influencer, and I love talking about manifestation. I knew it was what I wanted to do. This was 6 months ago, but I had no experience really making content other than just like for fun, to promote other businesses that I had, but like no actual like proof that I could do it. Honestly, it was a complete career change, and I wanted to quit acting, start doing social media, and I wanted to quit everything else that I was doing. So I told my boyfriend this. He loves me. He wants to see me succeed. He does not want to see me fail. He wants to see me happy. He wants to see me successful and healthy. And when I told him that I was going to quit everything and just take 3 months off, live off of my savings to do social media and try it out, he was really scared for me. He was like, don't do it. Like, at least have some sort of side income. Like, 3 months is a long time. Why don't you just, test it out on the side? He tried so hard to convince me to not take a break from working, to not take this chance on myself, not because he didn't love me, but it was because he loved me. He wanted to make sure that I didn't fail. And that's the thing with people who love you, is that they will often keep you back from taking chances and risks in your life because they don't want to see you fail. But failure is a part of success. And it's so easy to forget that when you love someone. I probably do that same thing to him and to other people in my life because I just don't want to see them hurt. And it's not coming from a place of malice. It's coming from a place that I want to protect them. But in protecting them, I'm also holding them back. So me rejecting his idea and saying no to him and saying, this is what I want to do. No, thank you for your idea. I appreciate your support and your concern. But no, this is what I'm going to do and this is my plan. That was me helping myself, growing myself. Notice how that wasn't necessarily a nice thing to do, right? The nice thing to do would be to listen to him and like incorporate his ideas. That's the nice thing to do. But the kind thing to do is to respectfully decline his offers and his ideas and to respect my own. Because at the end of the day, no one knows you better than you. You are the person who can give yourself the best advice and the best guidance. Even me sitting here right now talking to you, I don't know you as well as you know you. So even everything I say you take with a grain of salt. You have to learn to listen to yourself and put your own needs and your ideas first, and you have to learn to trust yourself. Because I trusted myself, and I took this leap with social media, and I did it. I didn't even need 3 months to show myself that it was possible. Within 2 weeks, my channels were blowing up. I hope I have a screenshot of this, but I started a brand new Instagram and a brand new TikTok account. Very crunchy. And I got to I think 50,000 followers in the first month. Or was it $100,000 followers in the first month? Like, my social media accounts were blowing up because I trusted myself. I trusted my instinct. I had an idea. I knew what I wanted to do. And I was going to say no to every other thing that came my way because I knew what I wanted to focus on. I said no to his ideas. I said no to other opportunities that came my way, other jobs and other things. I said no to so many things because I knew that if social media was what I wanted to do, it needed to be my one and only focus. I could not have distractions. So saying no doesn't just go towards saying no to hanging out with people, saying no to other people's ideas, but it also goes towards rejecting other things that are not part of your plan. My plan is to have 1 million subscribers on YouTube or 1 million followers, to grow a really massive community of people who love self-development and love self-improvement. That's my plan. That's my goal. And if an opportunity comes my way that does not align with it, I will say no, because I don't need distractions. I can't afford distractions. By saying no, I'm only creating more space in my life for my plan. So stick to your plan and learn to say no clearly and without hesitation. Okay, the next thing is that I mentioned that I struggled a lot with being bullied. For years, I switched schools a lot because I was bullied. In total, I think growing up, I went to 7 different schools from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade to graduation. I think I went to 7 different schools or 8. I switched schools almost every couple years, every year or two, because I always got bullied, and I had a tough time making friends and getting people to like me. It was my fault. And if you struggle with being bullied, this is where some tough sisterly love is going to come in, but it is your fault because you are allowing people to treat you like that. I know that's a tough thing to, it's a hard thing to hear. And if I told my younger self this, I would have been pissed. I would have gotten into a screaming match with myself right now. Right now, if I was telling 12-year-old Soma, it's your fault, you're getting bullied, girl, I would have been like, what do you mean? How? That's the first thing. It's like, how is it my fault? It's your fault because you're allowing them to violate your energy. You're allowing them to affect your energy. The reason why people bully others is because they are projecting their own insecurities onto you. They want to see you hurt more or as much as them. And it makes them feel better when you feel worse than they do on the inside. They are quite literally wanting to suck the life and energy out of you, the positivity out of you, because they lack positivity so deeply that when they see someone else thriving, they see someone else happy, they need to bring them down to their level in order to feel good, to feel something. Probably not feel good, just to feel something. When someone is bullying you, whether they're attacking you with their words or their actions, when you let those things affect you is when they win. And when they win and they realize they won, they will keep doing it. So, I was made fun of a lot for my appearance. I was told that I was ugly. I have a lot of body hair. I was made fun of so much for my body hair. All of the boys called me Sasquatch because of how much body hair I have. Like, I have arm hair, I have leg hair, back hair, I have facial hair too. I have vivid memories of them calling me Sasquatch or just looking at me and going, ew. But the fact that it affected me, and I let that ruin my day, and I let that change the way that I view myself, they won. Then they realized they won. They realized they got a reaction out of me. They struck a chord. They hurt me. Once they saw the light fall out of my eyes, the smile drop off of my face, they knew they won and they kept coming back for more. And by allowing them to violate my energy like that, to violate how I view myself, I was allowing them into my energy, into my presence. They kept coming back for more because they realized I didn't have a strong line of defense. The way I flipped things around when I was younger. At 15, I switched schools. I went to a brand new school. The bullying was getting so bad that I was just like, I switched in the middle of the year. Actually, okay, I went to a school for 1 month. I went to an art school. Fuck. People who watch this video who went to school with me are probably going to see this now. Alright. I went to an art school for a month. And I was so excited to go to this art school because I wanted to become an actress. I wanted to pursue the arts. I got accepted to this school. I was so happy and proud of myself. So I went there. I started in September, left in October. That's how bad the bullying was. I couldn't even last a month at the school. It was horrible. They were harassing me even after I left. I think I had to like switch my phone number or something like that because they wouldn't stop calling, like prank calling me months after I left. They would make fake accounts on Twitter, fake accounts on Instagram. They would be like tweeting at me. They'd be stalking me. It was wild. I had never experienced bullying like that. However, when I switched schools and I left and I went to a new school, I decided, I made the mental choice that I will never be bullied like that again. I will never let someone shove me out of a school. I will never let someone threaten me out of an education that I deserve because I wanted to be at that school. It was an art school. I wanted to be there. There was so much that I would have learned, and I know I would have had a great education there. And I was so mad that they robbed me of an opportunity to go to a specialized school. And I made a promise to myself. I was like, never fucking again. Never again. That's never happening to me again. And I decided from that moment on that when someone says something to me, it will not affect me. I was going to build my line of defense. I was not going to allow them to penetrate my energy anymore. I was not going to allow them to steal my happiness, to steal my optimism, to steal anything from me anymore. So that's exactly what I did. At my new school, there was obviously the popular crowd, but nothing they said could affect me anymore. One, they were not nearly as mean as those other people, so I was like, you guys are nothing. You should have seen what I dealt with before. So like, it was like because I had experienced worse. what they were saying wasn't affecting me. And because what they were saying wasn't affecting me, no one bothered me anymore. The same people who would have bullied me couldn't, because I wasn't allowing myself to be bullied around. They couldn't affect my energy, so they couldn't win, so they wouldn't come back for more. They went to go find someone else to leech off of for energy. That's what they are. They're energy leeches. They're like energy vampires. Once they realized they couldn't drain me of my energy, they went somewhere else. I think something that helped me a lot was like, if someone is trying to affect me or trying to hurt me, that says so much more about them than it does about me. That made me feel so much better. I was like, there's a reason why they're trying to hurt me and bring me down. Think about this, actually. If someone is trying to bring you down, that must mean that they're lower than you to begin with. If someone is trying to bring you down, the only way you can bring something down is if you're lower to begin with. And realizing that made me feel like the only reason they're trying to bring me down is because they see that I'm higher, like energetically higher. They see that I'm happier, that I'm smiling more, that I love my life, and that I'm confident. That's the only reason they're trying to come at me, is because they want a little bit of what I have energetically. And so realizing that made me actually feel bad for people who rely on bullying to fit in or feel better. And that was the most powerful realization ever, was like, damn, it's actually a compliment if they're coming at me. It's a compliment. Come at me. Bully me. That means I have energy that you want. I have confidence, optimism, positivity. I have energy that you want. Because you can't create it yourself, you want mine. Or you want to take mine away from me. And so realizing that made me feel like there's a reason why they're coming after me, and it's a good thing. That means I'm doing well. I'm doing good. And so that made me feel better. I stopped trying to fit in, and I stopped trying to be friends with those people. I think a big part of me wanted their approval and wanted to be friends with them or wanted to be popular, and that's what caused me to be affected by them so much, is that I really did care what they thought. I cared what they thought about me, and that was hard because they were never going to like me. They were never going to be friends with me. And so what was the point in caring about what they thought? I should have spent my time making real friends. So when I was 15 and I went to this new school, I stopped caring about that stuff. I made some real friends, and some of those friends I'm still friends with today, and that's where my mind should have been at. It should have been at making true relationships, making true friendships. I'm so happy I didn't chase popularity in high school. I had the best high school experience I could have ever asked for after that. Like, I wouldn't trade my high school experience for anything. I loved it because of that. Ironically because of that. Because I stopped caring what other people thought about me. I literally just stopped giving a fuck. They couldn't penetrate my energy. That confidence made me popular. And I don't mean it in like a sense where like I was the it girl, popular. No, like it made me like cool. People respected me because I respected my fucking self. I didn't need anyone's approval. And I would do the weirdest shit in high school too. No one would fucking bother me because I respected myself and my decisions. And when I mean weird shit, like I would go to school wearing a onesie, like a PJs, like onesies, when it wasn't PJ day. Like I wore whatever the fuck I wanted to. I would go to school with stickers on my face, legit stickers. I don't know why. I was in a phase. I would go to school with cat ears on. Like I would do whatever the fuck I wanted to do in terms of like how I wanted to dress, how I wanted to behave. No one bothered me. No one said a single thing because I didn't care. And so that made me so much more cool and respected because I respected myself. They couldn't affect me anymore. So, wow, that was like so intense that I'm like sweating. Like, I got so into that. I'm sweating. Okay, yeah, like actually another thing with going along with like being unaffected by things and like not letting people get to you. People can only get to you if you believe what they're saying could be true. That was like another thing that I learned. Like for instance, somebody saying you're ugly because you're hairy. The reason it affected me is because it was true. I am hairy. Not that I'm ugly, but I'm hairy. So it made me think maybe I am ugly. So I had to kind of change my mindset around body hair and around like the way I see it, which was difficult because society makes us women feel not pretty if we have body hair. But it's something that I'm really working on even to this day. And so things can only affect you if you believe them to be true. If someone told me you're dumb, you're stupid, that wouldn't affect me because I know how intelligent I am. Like, to me, that would seem like a silly attempt at an insult because I'm extremely intelligent and I know that. And so if someone told me I was dumb, I'd probably just be like, what are you talking? Okay, sure, if you want to believe that. But it wouldn't affect me because I know how intelligent I am. So if something does affect you, figure out what part of it it's triggering within you, what part of you believes it is true, and heal it. If you want help healing things, shadow work works amazing. Shadow work, stand by it. I have an entire video on shadow work. You can watch it somewhere up here. Shadow work is awesome. It helps you heal your insecurities and basically dig into your triggers so they don't trigger you anymore, and you can live so much more unaffected and so much more detached, you know? Okay, I want to give one last piece of advice. Let's see. This is a more like, let's do some rapid fire. It's like I have like a bunch written here. We got through 2 out of like 100 things that I have written here. So I want to do some rapid fire stuff. 1, achievements won't make you love yourself. Material items won't make you love yourself. And physical appearance won't make you love yourself. Loving yourself is a choice. And so you can have all the material possessions you want, all the achievements and accolades you want. You can be as beautiful as you want. You still might not love yourself because loving yourself is a choice. It takes effort, time, and work. And you have to put effort into accepting and loving yourself in whatever shape and form you present. True love is unconditional. And so you can't just love yourself conditionally. You can't just love yourself if you do something, if you look a certain way, if you have something. That's conditional love, and it's a very hollow life to live. Learning to love yourself unconditionally happens in your darkest moments. If you can love yourself when you're at your lowest, that's when you know it's true love. But if you only love yourself when you're at your high points, you only think you're awesome when you're at your high points, that's conditional love, and that's not real love. So if you really want to live like a more fulfilled, happier life, it starts with loving yourself. That takes time and effort. You must dedicate time towards it. All right, next. Courage will always beat talent. I wish I learned this when I was younger. Courage will always beat talent. You can be the most talented person in the room, but it doesn't mean you're going to be the most successful. Because if you are scared shitless to even show your talent off, no one's going to see you, and you won't be successful. Courage beats talent. The person who is willing to take a risk, take a chance on themselves, who's not afraid, or is afraid but does it anyway. The person who has courage is the person who will succeed. The person who has courage is the one who will succeed, not the person who has talent. And you see this a lot, like talented people. If talent alone could bring you success, there wouldn't be so many underpaid artists and broke artists. And that was a really tough pill to swallow for me because I'm an artist, like I'm an actor and I'm a musician. I thought I had to be more talented. I always grew up thinking like, oh, if only I was more talented, if only I could sing better, if only I could act better, I would be successful. But then along the way, I saw so many people who weren't talented, who were talented, who weren't getting the credit they deserved because talent alone cannot, talent alone cannot bring you success. You must have courage. Courage will get you further than talent. And so if you can work on anything to become more successful, work on your courage. Work on your ability to take risks, believe in yourself, and take chances. Imagine this. There's a singing competition. Let's say there's one person who has an amazing voice and one person who has a meh voice. But the person with the amazing voice gets such intense stage fright that they don't even go into the competition. They signed themselves up, but they just couldn't make it on stage. They couldn't do it. They backed out. And then the person who was an singer was like, fuck it. I'm going to go on stage. I'm going to have a good time. I believe in myself. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to just put on a show and have fun with it. And they go and they give a performance. Who's going to win the competition out of the two? The person who performed but had an voice, or the person who was super talented but never performed at all? The person who wasn't talented but had the courage is going to win because they were the one who participated. So courage matters so much more than talent. Yep. 3, romanticize life as much as you can. Life can be so dull and so boring if you don't give yourself a reason to love it. I think it's why getting through the first portion of winter, like up until Christmas and New Year's, is so exciting, because we're able to romanticize our life in the winter when we have the holidays. And that's why January and February and March suck in the winter, because you're like, there's nothing to look forward to. There's no reason to celebrate, no reason to romanticize my life. And so it becomes a drag, and that's when the winter blues kick in. I always had this theory that, like, I know this doesn't make sense, but like, I always wished that Christmas was in March instead of December, because winter technically lasts until March. And I wish that Christmas was in March, because wouldn't it make so much more sense? Like, on a logical level, not a religious level, like on a logical level, if Christmas was in March, you could romanticize winter the entire time. It would make winter so much more exciting, because you can watch Christmas movies, listen to holiday music, things are lit up and sparkly, and like, you have something to look forward to the entire time. I always thought it would make so much more sense if Christmas was in March, because it would help you get through the winter, and it would actually be fun. That's how much of a power romanticizing has on your life. If you can romanticize your life is going to be so much fun. I learned this through Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey's music is super romanticized. She romanticizes the little things in life. Having your coffee, playing a video game with your loved one. Like, she romanticizes the little things in life. It made me see beauty in the small things, which made me realize, like, how much beauty there actually is in life. We're just not seeing it. And so romanticizing your life can help you juice life for what it's worth, help you live it better, and like soak in the beauty that exists on a day-to-day basis. Like, yeah, romanticize your life whenever you can. Sometimes what I do is I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who does this. When I want to romanticize my life, I'll pretend that I'm like on my own reality TV show. Oh no, my light died. I have another one. I'll pretend that I'm on my own reality TV show, and I'm the main character, and we're going about my life, and one, it helps me, like, I don't know, do more things, be more productive, because who wants a boring-ass main character? No one. So I start doing more interesting things, taking care of myself, or, like, just doing more. And also, it, like, makes the mundane seem more exciting. And, like, if you can do that, that's so much fun. Even growing up as a kid, I used to always pretend that I was, like, either on a YouTube channel, or, like, I had my own art show. I don't know if you guys remember, as kids, they always had, like, these crafting shows on TV. And pretend I was, like, my own host of my own crafting show, and I would do little crafts and stuff. Like, if you pretend that you have an audience watching your life and you're the main character, it makes your life seem so much more worth living. It makes you feel so much more impactful for your own life. And it also makes you realize you need to make way more interesting choices. Girl, you are the main character. Do some main character ass shit. If you had an audience watching you, you would not be laying on the sofa the entire time, doom scrolling. That would not be allowed. You are disappointing your audience. If you always pretend you got an audience around, you've got to go out there and you got to do stuff. And then when drama happens in your life, something goes wrong, it's for the plot. I love it. It's such an easy way to romanticize your life. Do it for the plot. You are the main character. Like, I love the fact that those have been, like, common terms now, and they're, like, popular terms. I love it. I love it. And I think we should live by it. I wish that existed when I was younger. Like, do it for the plot. Or it's happening for the plot. Season change. Like, I wish that shit existed when I was younger, because, like, the amount of times I let drama get to me, I let it, like, life stuff get to me. Now I don't. Now I'm like, ooh, new plot is unraveling. Let's go. Because I know that that's going to lead to another life lesson, that's going to unlock a new season in my life, that's going to unlock another glow up. Like, it's a perspective switch. And when you switch your perspective, like, nothing can bother you then. Life is all about perspective. Oh, okay, my last one. My last one is don't drink too much coffee. I wish I learned this. I would drink too much coffee, I would get the jitters, and it gave me bad anxiety. Excuse me. Bad anxiety, as well as kind of messed up my digestive system, as well as my eating, my eating. my eating schedule. It messed up my eating schedule because it would suppress my hunger so much. So I recently switched to matcha or herbal tea. And I feel so much better because I like having a warm drink. I like having something to sip on. But when it was coffee and I would sip on it, I'd blink, I'm on cup number 3, and I've got the jitters and I'm freaking out. And it's not fun. It's just a way to like spike your cortisol for absolutely no reason. Sometimes I'd have a panic attack because, you know, every place has a different amount of caffeine that they give you, and sometimes I would drink too much, and it's not fun. It's not worth it. Not worth the jitters. Matcha has so many more health benefits as well. It has a slower release of caffeine, a lesser amount of caffeine, doesn't give you coffee breath. It also is like better for your metabolism. So it doesn't suppress your hunger, but it actually helps you metabolize faster. So it's better for your gut health. Yeah. Okay, that was all my stuff for today. I hope you enjoyed this sisterly chat and eating chocolate with me and drinking matcha. If you want more videos like this, please let me know. I love this. It feels like we're on like FaceTime together. Like, I could talk to you forever because I got so much more advice here that I wrote down. Like, you should see this page. I'll show you. This is what I had written for this whole thing. I had all of that written for today's video, but we got through only a fraction of it, so this could easily be a part 2, 3, and a 4 if you wanted it to be. So let me know if you like stuff like this. I'm so happy I'm getting to live my dream of being a sister. That makes me so happy. And I'll see you in my next video. Wait, if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to comment the secret emoji so I know that you're one of the real ones. You're my real sibling if you made it to the end. And I'll respond to you. As well as, if you like this kind of video, actually genuinely in the comments, can you let me know? Because I'll make more. Or let me know what other styles of videos you want to see. I'm here for you. I'm here to make your life better. I'm here to help you. So, it's your life. I'm just living in it. You tell me what you like, and I'll make it for you. Mwah. Bye.